Christine, you know, there's a lot of people who for a long time said this was a case of really ugly politics, and today the judge agreed, saying the scandal left the people of Fort Lee trapped by a vendetta. It's the scandal that forced Fort Lee into a nightmare of gridlock for 4 days, an abuse of power almost 4 years ago that's still fresh on the minds of drivers.
The traffic was crazy. I thought that it was dangerous to the people on the bridge at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, and it should have never happened.
The judge who gave prison time to the two former aides to Governor Christie agreed, saying the closure of the lanes was completely intended to wreak havoc. But outside court, Bridgegate Kelly, Christie's former deputy chief of staff, promised this is not the end of the road in her personal fight for justice.
Today has been obviously a very difficult day for me and for my children, but I want to assure my kids and everyone else that this fight is far from over. I will not allow myself to be the scapegoat in this case.
The mother of 4 from Ramsey will spend 1.5 years in prison for her role in the so-called Bridgegate case, apparent retribution against the mayor of Fort Lee after he failed to endorse Governor Christie for re-election. During the trial, the jury saw an email written by Kelly, "Time for some traffic problems in Fort Lee," and a text message that said, "Is it wrong that I'm smiling?" as the city's mayor made desperate, unanswered pleas for help with the traffic trapping his constituents.
I think the message is clear. I think that, as Judge Wigginton said, this was a case about an abuse of power. I think that the system worked exactly the way the system was supposed to work.
It's a system that sends the former deputy director of the Port Authority to prison for 2 years. The judge said Bill Baroni committed perjury by lying on the stand and pitching the lane closures as some bogus traffic study.
What he did was a mistake in not returning calls or emails to Mayor Sokolich. He apologized to him, the citizens of Fort Lee, and everyone else he let down in this episode in his life.
We stopped by the home of Bridgegate Kelly in Ramsey, New Jersey after the sentencing today. She told me she had nothing more to say right now. We do know she's planning an appeal, as is Bill Baroni, and neither will have to report to prison until after that process plays out. Reporting live in Fort Lee, New Jersey tonight, Jessica Layton, CBS 2 News.